Hey, I got something to say. First of all, what the heck am I doing here? 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I'll tell you what. You are in for a real treat. A local artist and a very good friend of mine, Mary DiMarino, is in the house. Woo woo! That's right. I said, I know it's one day of the month that we're going to have International Celebration of Women. But I thought, what if I did two? Hey, I got something to say. That's right, two in 1 month, not just on Thursday. Don't worry, I'll be here with Allison tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is going to be awesome. Melodies on Instagram, which I freaking love. Mad Melodies 366 is in the house. And I've been fortunate enough to hang out with Mary at the open mics. Hey, Bear!
Hey,
So,
Sandy.
let me see the shirt. I want to see a little bit more of it. Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Can you see it?
Looks
I love
great.
it. I think
Yeah, you look
kind of
great.
in the way, but it's very much of a rocker tee.
And it looks awesome on you.
Thank
So,
you.
Mary, I was bragging
Thank
about you.
you.
And I was saying,
I love
you're a local artist who just in the last few years have been going to so many open mics that I've had the privilege to go to most of them. Yay! So before we get into the two songs that she writes awesome songs. I want them to tell just a little bit about when you actually started taking guitar lessons, vocal lessons, and why. Like, what the heck happened? That you're like, you know what? It's about time. I've always wanted to be a rock and roller.
Yeah, so I started taking guitar lessons about I think it was like 13 years ago now. And I had started a new job, the job that I'm at now, and I just just thought I really wanted Mark's aunt had passed away, and her late husband, they had found a guitar under his bed, and so they were, going to give it away. And I was like, well, I'll take it, And so that kind of got me started. And I always, growing up, I think I had always wanted to, kind of be more of a musician. I mean, I took some other, lessons like flute and piano and stuff, but I don't think I ever really had the confidence to really pursue it.
Yeah.
Get out on stage. So I just felt like, well, I'm not getting any younger, and I'll start with lessons and I'll just see where I go from there. So, and that's,
all right,
really just,
so
what I'm doing.
I didn't know the story about the guitar underneath the bed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still have that guitar. It's a Yamaha, and I have no idea how old it is. Got to be like 50 years old, but I mean, it plays really well. So that guitar is really special to me.
And just so if anybody doesn't know who Mark is her husband. So Mary, here you are. You're taking guitar lessons. I can't believe it's 13 years ago. I thought you were going to say 4 years ago, but oh well.
Yeah, I know.
And then what made you add in voice lessons?
Right. So when I first started taking guitar lessons, I think I initially told my guitar teacher that I wanted to play like lead electric guitar. So that's probably not the place to start. But and I never really thought that I would be much of a singer. Like, I never took voice lessons before. I never thought that I really had much of a voice. I just never really liked my voice. Like when I hear my voice on recordings, I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound like me. So anyway. But after a while, after taking guitar lessons and you're learning all these songs, it's kind of, it gets kind of boring, like not being able to sing the songs and play the songs. Plus, you know, I wanted to learn all of these great, you know, acoustic songs that I love. And I wanted to learn how to sing and do both. So then I started taking voice lessons. So I guess I've been taking voice lessons for about
By the way,
5
it's
years
pretty
now.
common that people hate their voice. I mean, their talking voice. All right, so here you are. You do the guitar 13 years ago. Now you add in the vocal. How long has it been that you've been doing open mics?
Well, you know, Sandy, I think you got me started before the pandemic. I think we started before the pandemic. And or I think I did like a couple, but they were maybe in like 2015, 2016, but I would do like one here and then months later I'd do maybe another one. I mean, it really took me a lot to get up there and play. And but then, you know, you really encouraged me to get out there and get out there more often. But that was around 2018, but still, you know, I mean, I probably don't do them as much as I should, because I think the more that I get out there, the more comfortable.
And, you know, we couldn't really do that many during the pandemic. So, you know, there was that going on. All right. So you go from guitar, you add in the voice, then we go out and you do the open mics. When did you discover you were like a songwriter? I mean, because your songs are incredible.
Yeah. So I discovered I was a songwriter. You know, I wrote, I'm not going to play it tonight, but I wrote my first song. It's a very sad story. It was a friend of my son, Jack, who had passed away. And in the past, you know, I was always, even as a teenager, very big into like kind of writing poetry and writing lyrics and stuff. And I think that was the first time I really thought, you know, I want to try and write something and put it down to music. And so I did. And then I just, you know, kind of started from there. So it's a process.
You told me, unless I'm making it up, and I know it takes you a while, but you ever are making this whole story up, wake up and go, oh my God, I have this song in my head, and then start writing it?
So, yeah. So what I find helps me sometimes on nights that I can't sleep, you know, if I get up in the middle of the night and I can't go back to sleep because I got a lot on my mind, I'll just pick up my phone and I'll just go to like the little notes tab and I'll just start writing, you know, just thoughts down, you know, like lyrically, you know, I'll just start like writing a song. Now the trick though is, you know, I have a lot of different things that I've started that I haven't finished. So the songs that I've managed to write so far are the songs that I've really kind of like, you know, I either that night I finish the whole thing or you know, I kind of do it soon after. So that's like one of my projects when I have, you know, some more time is to kind of go through some of those old ones. But it's really good when you can, you know, your mind is already in this like frame and you're writing it down.
You know, actually, I don't know who it was, but I was listening to a podcast. And some famous singer was saying one of her hits was something she wrote in a drawer 15 years ago, like scribble scrabble, and then pulled it out and finished it. So never too late. Well, Mary, I know I say this all the time, but I'm so proud of you, and I think it's so inspiring that you did this later in life. Like, okay, you wanted to do it as a kid, but you said maybe you didn't have the confidence. But now you're doing it. And I've seen you get up there when you're like, oh, my God, I have to get up on stage and almost wanting to run out the door. But you still face your fears and get up there, you know? And it gets easier and easier every time you're right. But it is a little difficult. You got a lot going on. So let's talk about your first song. What are you going to sing first?
Okay, so my first song is a song I wrote right after Christmas. So these two songs are both about, oh, I just forgot the word, but basically lessons learned. So this first song is called A New Year's Resolution, and it's a song I wrote right after Christmas about, not spending too much money. And so
I think it's pretty self-explanatory too when you listen to the song. So we can all relate. While Mary gets set up, yeah, you look great, Mary. By the way, some of Mary's songs, while she's getting some, I'll just tell you, I mean, they could be gut-wrenching. And the next, you're laughing your butt off, like a song that I know she's not singing tonight, like Walking in Circles with Leroy, which is her dog. She actually did also write a song about me, which is pretty funny. So they're all over the place. Is what's going on at the moment, right, Mary?
Yeah. All right. So. So I'm also experimenting with, learning how to do sound and stuff like this. So I hope this sounds okay. I got this amp and I have the guitar tuned down a little lower. And
wait, before you go, I wanted to say, everybody, welcome to the stage, the one and only Mary DiMarino. Woo! Okay, I'm ready now.
All right. This is New Year's resolution. Christmas came and went like a flash. How much time we spent on the dash. Christmas came and went like a flash. Running around spending all of our cash for that one special day that quickly faded away. I asked myself, now is it worth the flash? Do you long for a snapshot in time of togetherness? Like the latest gadget we've all dreamed about. Baked and revolved our small world around. It's the latest gadget we've all dreamed about. Convincing ourselves it's the thing we can't live without. After this one special day, they soon get shuffled away. I ask myself, now is it worth the cash? Do you long for them now that they're lost in your stash? The new year's approaching and I have a new plan to tell my kids this is not who I am. The new year's approaching and I have a new plan. These things we desire are all just a sham. It's not up to me to buy your material needs. Save your money and wait for that deal. And see for yourself if it makes you feel real. Christmas will be here, how much time I spent on the dash. Christmas will be here again in a flash. Will I still run around spending all of my cash? Or will I pull out this song to remind me of where I went wrong and replace it with the sparks that ignite the love made in this day of togetherness?
Woo! Oh my God, Mary, I feel so guilty about my spending when I hear that song. I think we all can relate to it. People are putting in. They want to know, Mary, does it help you not spend as much the next year?
I hope so. Because every time I play it, I'm reminded.
So I'm
No, I think you know how it is, like after the holidays,
Yeah.
you know, you're like, oh my God.
all right. I got some questions coming in for you. So we're gonna just get a few.
Okay.
They were really curious about you saying you didn't like your voice. They want to know, did you ever sing ever in public, or was this the first time when you went and did your open mic?
My first time singing was when I started doing the open
Okay,
mics.
so they're saying you didn't sing in a choir, a church choir. Nothing.
No, just in the bathtub or in front of my dog and cats.
So you see what she's getting at.
Or in the car, alone in the car.
All right, because
I would sing the songs and then I would turn the radio down to see like how well I'm singing, you know, because when you're singing with a song, you feel like you sound pretty good. And then I turn the radio down and be like, oh my God. So voice lessons really help.
The next thing is, and I think it's probably all over the place, on average, how long does it take you to complete a song?
It really depends. I would say a few weeks to really kind of nail down all the different elements in it, you know, from like the lyrics to the melody and the chord progression and the, you know, like modulating to like a bridge, you know, is the part of the song that kind of changes a little, you know, the verse versus the chorus. So you know, you can kind of get a feel for it in like, you know, like a sitting or whatever, but it takes a few, you know, and you know, sometimes it takes a year.
Yeah.
Like it really depends. But
so it really is. Some come out right away. Some, it's a whole process. Just depends. How long about that one? How long did it take you for that one?
I wrote it like in January, probably a couple weeks. Cool. Yeah. And then after that, it was really just kind of, you know, getting it in my head and perfecting it.
All right, you know? Mary, this mom wants to know, well, I won't say what she said, but how does she find time? I've always wanted to be in a band, but with working full time, and I love my workouts, but we can relate to that. Where did she carve the time out?
Yeah.
And how does she get the family to understand?
Right. So being in a band is the next goal for me. So I can't answer how to find the time for that, but finding the time to play my guitar. You know, I started taking lessons, like I said, 13 years ago when my kids were pretty young, you know, so I would do it at night. So my routine is I get up in the morning, I work out, I go to work, come home, we have dinner. It's a little easier now because one's in college and one's, you know, on the way. But especially early on when my kids were young, I mean, I just kind of squeezed it in at night for like, even if it's just a half hour or, 15 minutes. I would always try to squeeze it in. And, like if you have like an hour on a Saturday or the weekend, that's how I did it. And it's a lifelong thing, so it's not like, you're going to have more time, but just, do a little
And
bit
I think
when
it's
you can.
important, even if it's just like you said, 30 minutes. You love when you have 2 hours, but if you can even just get 30 minutes in. All right, you just answered the next question. And actually, even though it's for women, a lot of guys watch, they want to know, has Mary ever considered joining a band?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd love to. I haven't really figured out how to do that yet, or also, how much time that would take. So, but that, might be a goal.
You think I guess it would be more time consuming because now you're just not working around your schedule.
I would, yeah, because, you'd probably, practice with the band a few days a week and play shows. But yeah, that's definitely one of the things on my list that I'd like to,
Yeah, what I love
explore.
about your songs, your originals, is some are lighthearted and others are gut-wrenching and some are hysterical, which leads me to the next song. Mary, why don't you tell them what you're going to play, which I freaking love this song.
Yeah, so I remembered that my theme was cautionary tales. So, okay, so this next song is, it's a funny song. Sometimes when you do something that's kind of embarrassing, like that's another great opportunity to, write a song about it. So this is called
50 MG. Go Mary. This song, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So many of us can relate in one way or another.
All right. Let me tell you about a party in which I was to be. The hold up in my room was 15 milligrams of me. A fancy affair with Mark's family. But I didn't care. 15 milligrams got me. 15 milligrams of me. From a New Jersey dispensary. Why did I take it? Who the hell knows? I just should have faked it and gone with the flow. Standing in the corner, holding up the wall, laughing my ass off at everything and all. 15 milligrams and me from a New Jersey dispensary. Don't ask me that question, my head's not screwed on tight. I'll be better tomorrow, but just not tonight. Hourly checks on the patient, that's me. To see if I'm alive, oh please, just let me be. Thank God my mom and dad weren't there, or I'd be in the timeout chair. 15 milligrams and me from a New Jersey dispensary. Don't force me back down into that strange people sea. Don't force me, please, I'll be back down in 3. 15 milligrams of me, I'll be back down in 3. 15 milligrams of me, oh, please just let me be. 15 milligrams
Mary. I don't know. It just every time I've heard it a bunch of times, I just crack up. I don't know if we need to explain anything about that song. I think we're pretty self-explanatory. So what I love is when we were out the last few times, I mean, I saw people just spitting out their beer, cracking up at it. And also, everyone started singing, Dispensary. We got to record that. Like I'm our man, to record that song. I really appreciate you playing those two songs. I love both of them. And I know how difficult it is to figure out the sound and the setup, and it's a little Instagram. So it means a lot that you took the time to do that.
Well, it means a lot that you had me back on your show, Sandy. I just,
well, anything to
really
get you out there. The whole idea of this is I just want everyone out there, no matter what your age, what your ability, if you always wanted to do something, go do it. You know, whether it's singing or dancing, it doesn't matter. Writing a book, whether it gets published or it doesn't get published, whether it doesn't even matter if you go out and do open mics. Just start with something little. Because I'm sure when you started, you weren't thinking, oh, I'm going to go do open mics.
Not at all. Not at all. I didn't even think I would sing. I just thought I'd learn to play guitar.
Because you found one underneath the aunt's bed.
Right.
By the way, it's so funny because I did start this show, Mary, for highlighting women around the world. But we have we have a lot of guys that come in and watch, and they support women. Yeah, yeah.
Yay.
So it's really great to see what you've done.
That's
all right, they want to know, Mary, where's your next open mic? Can they come watch? And do you post things? And if so, where?
Yeah. So I have an Instagram site called Mad Melodies 366, or you can just search me by Mary DiMarino, and that's where I'm starting to post my originals. So I have a few up there now, maybe like 6 songs up there now. And so, yeah, so I'll keep posting my songs there. And so my next open mic, I'm thinking of doing it on, I think it's the March 29th at 118. So that's my plan. So,
and you know what? Every time we go to open mic, I'm always blown away by the talent. I mean, they're worth going to, aren't they? Yeah. So many people. Yeah.
Yeah. Such great talent. And such a welcoming. I find them all just really welcoming. And I just love to hear other people you know, sing
the
their
last
songs.
place we were, shout out to 118 North, Soundbike in Still City. The Soundbike, I think they had kids from 10 on up to you could be 75, and everyone supports everyone. You're right. It's such a warm community, and it's so nice to see. It really is.
It is. It really is.
All right, I got something to say, people. Don't you worry if you missed it. All right, I'm going to record it when Mary and I are done, and I will post it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, as well as my website, and Mary's going to post it. We appreciate your support, and as always, we would love for you to share it, like it, rate it. It means the world to Mary and I. And until next time, thanks, Mary, and toodles, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
Sandy.